The Careity Foundation is the one that made it happen. Within 2 to 3 weeks, I had seen doctors, had all my diagnostic tests, was in surgery, had my port placed, boom, and was starting chemo. Careity acted so quickly in helping me. They didn't know me. They just knew that I was a woman that didn't have insurance that needed help, and they were right there for me. So
out of nowhere, all of a sudden, I was fine in January, and this big tumor was like sticking out the side of my breast, and it was over 5 centimeters. So it was a major, major big tumor. The doctor came in and he said, I am 98% sure that this is cancer. And as my eyes filled with tears, the first thing that came out of my mouth was, I don't have health insurance. And then you're calling doctors and you can't get in, they won't even see self-pay. Without Careity, I don't know what I would have done because of the direction that it sent me in. And just assuring me over and over and over when I was just terrified. They could see that I qualified for this when I couldn't see that for myself. It felt like in that week that I did not know about them, it felt like the healthcare system was just going to let me die. Careity took so much the services that they're providing, helping you through this journey, and they're there with you along that entire time. Because of Careity and saving my life, they really truly saved my life. And through
My name is Victoria Gonzalez. I am going to be 53 years old, and I was diagnosed with breast cancer in October of 2020. And I was diagnosed pretty much with a huge shock. I didn't think that I would be sick, and I was also in denial. I didn't want to be checked because I didn't feel bad, and I didn't have insurance. He said, well, we actually have a resource for you. Why don't you call Careity? I've never heard of that before, and they said they may be able to help you. So I called and got a person that actually spoke to me. It wasn't an automated message. I didn't have to do a keypad and dial a bunch of different numbers. It was direct, somebody on the other line. And I said, my voice was shaky, I'm sure. I think I could possibly have breast cancer. I need some assistance. And Solus told me to call you. And so, excuse me, so I called and they said, I tell you what, let us get back with you. We're gonna need a little bit of time and we'll call you right back. And they did. They called me right back like the next day. We've got your mammogram set up for you. You can go and have your mammogram. Please let us know what happens. And so sure enough, I got my mammogram and it came back that I did have breast cancer, and I was terrified. I was so upset, and I called them back and I was a mess. And I said, they're telling me I need a biopsy. And they said, okay, we'll get that handled. So the more that I had the assistance of Careity and them helping me and giving me that hope, that made the biggest difference in the world. It gave me the allowance to focus on my health and getting well, rather than worrying about how am I going to pay for my appointments, how am I going to get the doctor. I mean, they had everything. They helped me to get my oncologist, they helped me to get my scans, they helped me to get my double mastectomy, everything, my journey. They were there. Careity was there throughout my entire journey. And so what?
Well, we're cowgirls, first of all. And so our logo is basically set cowgirl up, because it does take cowgirling up to get through this journey.
The journey to fight cancer.
We saw a need, we wanted to fill it.
The Careity Foundation is the beneficiary of The Stock Show Goes Pink.
But when you're in the stock show, we've stood there and we've watched people go down the aisle, and they may have a scarf. They may have you, we can see them immediately, and they're here having joy in their life.
50% of admission and ticket sales today goes to the nonprofit that helps cancer patients navigate and pay for diagnosis and treatment.
It was very aggressive.
Careity paid for the mammogram that found Donna's stage 2 breast cancer.
I might not have been here today, so that Careity actually saved my life.
Every day we hear heart-wrenching stories. There are people who still have insurance, but they have no money, and they can't cover that deductible.
It's heart-wrenching because this world being as it is, you don't always have that.
When life gets you down,
what a blessing to be with all these women.
It's nice to know there are people.
Thank you.
To help pick you up.
We're here to help. We are here to help.
At the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo, Noelle Walker.